do you think of Crawford Canelo?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I love that.
See, I don't.
Crawford wants to do it.
I don't love it.
Why?
I think it's Crawford's last fight, so I'm happy he's going to cash out, and I'm rooting for him. But I would like to see him stay at 54 and fight Virgil Ortiz.
He's phenomenal, but Crawford is something special. I think that he's a better pure boxer. I think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. My concern is that he won't hurt Canelo.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it.
Bud Crawford, to me, is a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the multiple skills of Sugar Ray Robinson. He can defend or attack.
Joe Rogan and Stephen A. Smith have stepped into the heated debate surrounding Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, and their takes have only added more fire to what is already being called one of the biggest fights in boxing history.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go back way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round.
Both men offered bold perspectives on how the matchup might unfold, with Rogan dismissing some of Canelo's supposed advantages, and Stephen A. explaining exactly how he sees Crawford overcoming the size difference. When voices as influential as theirs join the conversation, the fight becomes more than just a clash in the ring. It becomes a cultural talking point, with every fan and analyst weighing in on how the story will be written.
What do you think of Crawford Canelo?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I love that.
See, I don't.
Crawford wants to do it.
I don't love it.
Why?
I think it's Crawford's last fight, so I'm happy he's going to cash out, and I'm rooting for him. But I would like to see him stay at 54 and fight Virgil Ortiz.
I'd like to see that too,
Yeah.
but the big money is Canelo.
I know.
And why not do it? I mean, what a ballsy move. You go 47 to 54 and you go right up to 68. That's crazy. Because he's really not even at 54.
No.
He's taken the fight at 54. He took Madrimov because it was a big fight.
Yeah.
Wins another world title.
Right. And he won that fight. People were like trying to discredit, like, he fought, first of all, Terence fought great.
Yeah.
Madrimov is great. He's a great
Madrimov is
fighter.
good, dude.
And fought him differently.
Rogan, known for his no-nonsense commentary, was quick to downplay the idea that Alvarez's size alone would determine the outcome. He argued that Crawford's skill, adaptability, and intelligence inside the ring were far greater assets than most people give him credit for. In Rogan's view, the size gap looks important on paper, but it doesn't tell the full story of how styles and strategies collide in a fight. He reminded fans that Crawford has consistently shown the ability to figure out his opponents mid-fight, something that could neutralize Alvarez's power if the rounds go long.
Do you think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
I
he's
asked-
going to have to box a brilliant fight. In one jump.
Yeah.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
I spar big guys, though.
Do you?
Yeah, I spar big guys. You know, it's different in the fight, but I believe in my skills and my ability, and I believe in my team.
That would probably be the biggest fight in boxing.
Definitely.
That fight would be gigantic.
It would.
That would be a big one. I have to go with that one.
Stephen A. Smith, on the other hand, went into detail about why he believes Crawford can still win despite being the smaller man. For him, it comes down to Crawford's ability to fight smart, stay disciplined, and stick to a game plan. Smith made the case that Crawford's sharpness, his precision, and his ability to make opponents pay for mistakes would give him a clear path to victory. While others focus on Alvarez's strength, Smith zeroed in on the mental side of the sport, pointing out that Crawford thrives in high-pressure situations and has never shown fear of a bigger challenge.
He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always ready.
always prepared.
He's always ready.
gotta give
He's
him that.
always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo.
Adding more weight to the discussion, Mike Tyson's feelings about the fight have been clear for months. The legendary former heavyweight has repeatedly praised Crawford for his tenacity and skill, even hinting that he sees something special in Crawford that could trouble Alvarez. Tyson has always been drawn to fighters with a fearless approach, and Crawford's willingness to step up against Canelo fits that mold. Tyson's words carry impact because he understands what it means to enter the ring against bigger and stronger opponents, and his nod toward Crawford has made many fans take notice.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
But Tyson is not the only respected voice weighing in. Max Kellerman has also given his breakdown of the matchup, and his focus was not just on how the fight plays out inside the rope, but on the scale of the event itself. Kellerman expects this to be the most watched championship fight in nearly 50 years, a bold statement that underscores how monumental the clash really is. For him, this is more than a boxing match. It is a spectacle that will draw casual fans, hardcore boxing followers, and sports enthusiasts alike. Kellerman's excitement is rooted in the belief that both fighters bring something unique to the table, and the collision of their legacies will capture attention around the world.
Great chin, a great chin. But in terms of if you want to go skill for skill, especially the recent version of Canelo, who's had to turn into a seek and destroy guy, who had to learn as his career went on to cut off the ring and not just follow guys around. Like Lara, Trout, Floyd, he followed those guys around. He had trouble because he's really a natural counterpuncher who wants you to come to him.
The broader boxing community has also been quick to point out why this fight has all the ingredients of a classic. Crawford, coming off his dominant performance against Errol Spence Jr., has momentum and the aura of an unbeatable fighter. He showed in that bout that he can dismantle elite opponents, breaking them down with surgical precision and finishing them without hesitation. His ability to switch stances, his timing, and his calmness under pressure are qualities that make him dangerous for anyone, regardless of size. Many believe that if he can replicate the same mindset against Alvarez, the fight could swing in his favor.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great fight. You're dealing with two all-time greats. Crawford's one of the best switch hitters, I think, since Marvin Hagler, and one of the most skillful boxers alive. And then you have Canelo, who probably isn't the same guy as he was just like a few years ago.
Right.
But still one of the greatest of all time. Still has brutal knockout power. You know, I mean, if you go back to like some of his, you know, like more impressive fights from a few years ago, like the Amir Khan KO, you know, like the Billy Joe Saunders KO, like those KO, like he's probably not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still young enough that he's still like pretty close to his prime and one of the best of all time.
Canelo, however, is not just anyone. His resume reads like a who's who of modern boxing greats, with victories over names like Gennady Golovkin, Miguel Cotto, Sergey Kovalev, and many others. He has proven himself across multiple weight classes, and although he has had setbacks, including against Floyd Mayweather and Dmitry Bivol, those experiences have made him a smarter, more measured fighter.
So that's the reason I lean towards Canelo, but the skill-wise, everything else is obviously still more on Bud's side.
Yeah.
So that's where my toss-up is. So I just lean towards Canelo because at the end of the day, you got to respect the weight classes.
We've been real heavy on this fight. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like every time I've spoken about Canelo and Crawford, the only thing I'm talking about is Crawford. So I said, you know what, today I'm gonna flip the script. Today it's all about Canelo for me, and I might break your heart in the process, but I gotta keep it real. You're right, this is a 50-50 fight. This is a fight where, as I was telling the Uber driver this morning, these guys, we've seen them both make mistakes in the ring.
As the hype builds, predictions from fighters and trainers have been divided. Some believe Crawford's sharpness and footwork will frustrate Alvarez, forcing him to chase a fighter who thrives on making opponents miss. Others counter that Canelo's patience and power shots will eventually break Crawford down, especially if he gets pinned against the ropes. The uncertainty is what makes the fight so compelling. Neither side can say with certainty how it will unfold, and the clash of styles promises constant drama.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power. And three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Beyond the ring, the fight has captured imaginations because of what it represents. Crawford moving up to face Alvarez mirrors some of the legendary moments in boxing history when smaller fighters dared to step into dangerous waters. Comparisons have already been drawn to Sugar Ray Leonard moving up to face Marvin Hagler, or Roberto Duran daring to take on bigger champions. These kinds of risks are what elevate fighters into the realm of greatness. And for Crawford, victory would mean cementing his place alongside the icons of the sport.
I do like him against Bud Crawford, but I do think that it's a great fight. Now, I could change my mind when we get closer. Bud Crawford, to me, is a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the multiple skills of Sugar Ray Robinson. He can defend or attack. He has a deep inner mean streak that he can employ at any moment in a fight to get what he wants.
For Alvarez, this fight offers a different kind of validation. Despite his incredible accomplishments, there has always been criticism that he avoids the riskiest fights at certain times. Beating Crawford would silence many of those voices, proving once again that he is willing to face anyone, anywhere, at any point in his career. It would also add to his legacy as one of the most dominant champions of the past decade, further separating him from the pack. As both camps prepare, opinions keep coming out, but it is clear that respect for both fighters also exists. Each fighter understands the magnitude of the challenge before him, and that is why fans expect the best versions of Alvarez and Crawford to step into the ring. Analysts point out that there will be no shortcuts on fight night. Crawford cannot simply rely on his slickness without engaging, and Alvarez cannot count on one big shot to end it. Every round will matter, every adjustment will be critical, and every mistake could swing the outcome. The business side also cannot be ignored. With the kind of star power both fighters bring, the event is projected to generate massive pay-per-view numbers and global attention. For promoters, broadcasters, and sponsors, this fight is the crown jewel of the year. But for fans, it is about witnessing a rare moment when two greats collide, each risking everything to prove who truly stands above the rest.
People talk shit and say whatever they want to say, but look at Canelo. Canelo is still the man.
Yes.
You know?
He's been for a long, long time.
And he jumps in there and he does it and he goes to work, and it's hard to stay at that level for a very long time. And Canelo's another guy. I mean, what's this guy clipping 40 mil a fight.
Rogan's dismissal of the size factor, Stephen A's detailed roadmap for Crawford, Tyson's admiration for his grit, Kellerman's prediction of record-breaking viewership, all of these takes feed into the narrative that this fight is more than just a championship bout. It is an event that transcends boxing, one that feels destined to be remembered for decades.
I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
As the countdown to fight night continues, anticipation grows heavier. Everyone has chosen a side, but no one can say with certainty how it will end. Will Crawford's brilliance carve a path through Alvarez's strength, or will Canelo's power and experience prove too much for a smaller man to handle? That is the question hanging over the sport, and when the lights dim, the crowd roars, and the first bell rings, the answers will come fast, and history will be written one punch at a time. So that is all for today. Until the bell rings, make sure you don't miss a punch. Like, share, and subscribe to Ring Rivalry for all the biggest boxing breakdowns.